Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Good evening to all Pakistanis in LN. I was saying good morning because my guest is from USA and there's a morning there, so I was a bit confused between morning and evening today. Talking about my guest, she's one of the most acclaimed Pakistani comedian, stand-up comedian, which is a very unique profession for a woman to adopt in Pakistan. इसी वजह से मैंने आज इनको यहाँ पे बुलाया है क्योंकि as you know, the most of the people I invite have done something unique in their life, or Mona is one of them. Kyunki she broke all the stereotype. She grew up in Karachi and she ended up in Big Apple, New York. Or she's one of the most acclaimed comedian in USA. ये पहली पाकिस्तानी, बल्कि इनफैक्ट पहली मिडिल ईस्टर्न और साउथ एशियन यू कैन से वुमेन है जिन्होंने सैन फ्रांसिस्को में 2019 के अंदर 50,000 की क्राउड के सामने एक वुमेन मार्च थी उसमें परफॉर्म किया था. और ये बड़ी फ्रिक्वेंटली आप इनको यूएस मीडिया में, गार्डियन पे, लॉस एंजल्स वीकली, न्यूयॉर्क पोस्ट और इन सब पे आप इनके बारे में आर्टिकल्स और ये सब देखते रहते हैं. शी इज़ बीन लिटरली taken over the market in a country which is not even hers, and she made that country hers. The beauty of the USA is that कि एक दफ़ा वहाँ पे enter हो जाएं तो everything is yours. So she really took an advantage of that part and she changed everything in her way, and now she's one of the most acclaimed stand-up comedians. So let me bring her on the stage and let's talk to her how it all happened. अस्सलाम वालेकुम मोना, कैसी हैं आप?
मैं वालेकुम सलाम, I'm good, thank you. आप कैसे हैं?
बिल्कुल ठीक ठाक मोना, अल्लाह का फजल. मोना, आप अपने आप को खुद इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगी? मैंने बड़ी कोशिश की लेकिन आई डोंट नो, आई कुडंट फाइंड द राइट वर्ड्स, हाउ टू से ऑल द बेस्ट थिंग्स व्हिच यू हैव डन.
अरे ऐसे अंडर एस्टिमेट मत करें अपनी इंट्रोडक्शन का, आपने बहुत अच्छी इंट्रोडक्शन दी है. आप कह रहे थे कि मैंने लास्ट ईयर मैंने वुमेन्स मार्च को एमसी किया था. यू सेड 50,000, it was actually 60,000, not I don't know if 10,000 makes such a big difference for people, but yes, it was like 60,000. Yeah, that was that was, पता है कभी कभार ना, I don't know if you believe this, कुछ चीजें जो आपके नसीब में लिखी है ना वो आपको मिल जाएंगी, चाहे कोई भी आपसे वो छीनने की कोशिश करे. मुझे it was just such an accident कि वो मुझे that उन्होंने मुझे हायर किया एमसी करने के लिए वुमेन्स मार्च में. एक्चुअली एक यहाँ पे बहुत बड़ा इवेंट होता है, उसको कहते हैं पॉलिटिकॉन. जितनी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, जितने भी जो लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं पॉलिटिक्स में, एंटरटेनमेंट में, पॉलिटिक्स में, वो सब आते हैं and they all basically congregate in one place and views exchange होते हैं, panels होते हैं. It's a big event here. तो मैं वहाँ पे थी क्योंकि मेरी दोस्त हैं वो एक बहुत बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यहाँ पे चलाती हैं, तो उन्होंने मुझे इनवाइट किया एज अ गेस्ट. और नेक्स्ट थिंग I started talking to these two ladies. मैंने बोला आप क्या करती हैं? कहते हैं मैं जी वुमेन्स मार्च सैन फ्रांसिस्को में प्रोड्यूस करती हूँ. मैंने कहा नो वे. तो हमारी बात होने लगी, मुझे पता लगा कि वो लेबनीज हैं, तो मैंने बोला मैं पाकिस्तानी. कहते हमें पाकिस्तानियों से बड़ा इश्क है. मैंने बोला अच्छा. मैंने कहा मुझे लेबनीज से बड़ा इश्क है. और ऐसी बात होते होते उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि आप मेरे साथ डिनर करने के लिए आ जाएं, आई वांट टू टॉक टू यू. मैंने बोला सही है. वी सैट डाउन, वी हैड डिनर. उन्होंने मुझसे कोई बात भी नहीं करी कि एमसी करना है, ऐसा कुछ भी बात नहीं हुई. और लिटरली 2 दिन के बाद उन्होंने मुझे कॉल करके बोला would you like to MC the women's march. It was just like that. It was just like that very quickly. So yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, it was very really very very lucky opportunity. मगर I think आपने इंट्रोडक्शन में बहुत अच्छी जॉब करी है. So
नहीं, thanks मोना. तो मोना कराची में थी आप, grew up in Karachi in your initial days. तो बचपन से कॉमेडी वाज समवेयर पार्ट ऑफ यू, और या ये एक्सीडेंटली आ गया, कैसे हुआ, और हाउ योर पेरेंट्स एंड द फैमिली रिएक्टेड टू इट? क्योंकि स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी, मैं इट्स नॉट, सॉरी टू से, आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू बी बिट रेसिस्ट और जेंडर एग्नोस्टिक काइंड ऑफ अ गाय, बट इवन पाकिस्तान में अगर मैं कहूँ ना अपने अब्बू को जाके, अब्बू आई वांट टू अडॉप्ट प्रोफेशन स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन, मेरे अब्बू कहेंगे बेटा पागल हो गया, निकल जाए यहाँ से. And being a girl, I know that it will be far more difficult for you than me or anyone else.
Yeah.
So how this journey started, कैसे आप इसमें आई, how it happened?
I think मेरे लिए honestly comedy तो कभी आपने जैसे बोला है, right? It's not something कि मैं छोटी सी थी और मैंने बोला मैं बड़ी होकर stand up comedian बनूंगी. I mean stand up comedian wasn't even a concept for like the longest time. It wasn't even something that I even thought about. मैं as a matter of fact मैं 8 साल की थी, मैंने मूवी देखी थी तेजाब माधुरी दीक्षित के साथ. और रिमेंबर वो गाना नहीं था 1 2 3
जी.
I remember watching that song and saying to myself, I am going to be a performer when I grow up. I remember saying that to myself, being 8 years old. And then of course मैं 15 की उम्र में जर्सी सिटी मूव हुई, और by the time I had turned 18 मैंने अपनी फैमिली को बोला क्योंकि you know मैं performer बनना चाहती हूँ, मुझे I want to perform on stage, and of course my family was just like no, they're like चुप करके जाके यूनिवर्सिटी जाओ और डॉक्टर बनो, and I was like नहीं I don't want to become, they're like चलो डॉक्टर ही बनो, फिजिकल थेरेपिस्ट ही बन जाओ. मैंने कहा मुझे ना फिजिकल थेरेपिस्ट बनना है ना मुझे डॉक्टर बनना है. I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. And of course, you know, that causes friction, you know, that's, you know, it's just like, मेरे 4 बड़े भाई हैं और मेरे भाइयों ने मुझे बोला कि अगर तुम, you know, कॉलेज नहीं जाओगी, क्योंकि मेरे भाई यहाँ पे रहते थे, हम 5 यहाँ पे रहते थे और मेरे पेरेंट्स हमेशा पाकिस्तान में रहे क्योंकि वो हम, you know, बैक एंड फोर्थ होते थे अमेरिका से और पाकिस्तान से. तो मेरे भाइयों ने मुझे बोला कि अगर तुम स्कूल नहीं जाओगी और पढ़ोगी नहीं तो फिर you know, हम तुम्हें वापस पाकिस्तान भेजेंगे और अम्मी तुम्हारी किसी से शादी करवा देंगे. मैंने बोला ये तो बात नहीं चलेगी. मैंने कहा मेरी जिंदगी पे खाली मेरा हक है, किसी और का नहीं, you know. तो आई एम श्योर आपकी ऑडियंस को थोड़ा शॉक हो गया ये बात सुन के, मगर जैसी आप जब आप 18 लीगल हो जाते हैं, you can do whatever you want. You can just literally, nobody has any right or claim over you. So when I turned 18, मैंने बोला I'm out. I packed up my bags and I left the house. And I moved out, and I've been on my own ever since. So of course, it's a really difficult time क्योंकि मैं, you know, अमेरिका में खाली 3 साल हुए थे मुझे आए थे, right? So I'm new to America, मुझे ज़्यादा कुछ पता नहीं है, मेरे पास कोई ज़्यादा कोई job नहीं है, कोई पैसे नहीं है. So it was a really, really hard time, and it's a real big struggle. मगर, you know, अल्लाह का शुक्र है, you know, I've managed to figure things out and do good for myself. So, but the journey is hard, you know. अगर आपके listeners को सुन रहे हैं कि क्या यार ये, you know, आपने बोला आप अमेरिका में आ जाएं, you know, आप अपने आप को कुछ भी बना सकते हैं. That's true. मगर there is also there's a lot of challenges, right? I mean, आप जब भी आप performance के लिए जाए, you know, आप actor बनना चाहते हैं. Oh, are you there?
No, I am. Yeah, I just put on you on the book.
Oh, got it. अगर आप performer बनना चाहते हैं या comedian बनना चाहते हैं, you know, all of it is आप उस market में enter करना है जहाँ पे आपके लिए जगह नहीं है, you know, आपको तो वो देखते भी नहीं है ऐसे. I remember जब मैं stage actor थी पाकिस्तान में, न्यूयॉर्क में, मुझे एक casting director ने बोला, क्योंकि जब भी आप shows करते हैं तो उसके लिए casting directors होते हैं. Casting director मुझे बोला कि आप कभी भी लीड एक्टर नहीं बनेंगे, आपको कभी लीड रोल कोई नहीं देगा क्योंकि आप देसी हैं, आपको कभी कोई ऐसा नहीं देखेगा. मैंने बोला अच्छा. और अब हॉलीवुड में बहुत बड़ी चेंज आ रही है. इट्स अ ह्यूज चेंज के you know देसी हो, मिडिल ईस्टर्न हो, you know, जो भी आप अगर white ना हो, any non-white person has great opportunities now in Hollywood than ever before. So times have really changed, you know.
That's great. That's great. So Mona, why comedian? Why stand-up comedy? ये आपके इसमें change कब आया? Okay, I do understand कि आप you went to New York, Manhattan में there are a lot of theaters. It's, you know, Broadway is full of theaters,
yeah,
and you can get a lot of opportunities to get into it. But ये stand-up comedy की तरफ आप कैसे move हुई? Or how you thought that this is the field where I need to grow myself or I want to work on it? What made you think over it?
I think सर पे जितने भी जूते पड़े थे ना बचपन में, तो कहीं ना कहीं तो उस जूतों को तो कहीं चैनल करना है ना फिर. तो मैंने बोला कि मुझे honestly लोग मुझसे हमेशा पूछते हैं कि यार ये कॉमेडी आपने कैसे चूज करी. Honestly, I did not choose comedy. Comedy chose me. मैंने आपको बताया मेरा कभी कोई प्लान नहीं था. You know, जब मैं छोटी like तकरीबन मेरी 12 और 13 साल की होंगी, मैंने एक प्ले किया था अपने स्कूल में कराची में, और मुझे बहुत बड़ा अवार्ड मिला था. और अवार्ड कौन देने के लिए आया था? मोइन अख्तर.
Wow, comedy king of Pakistan.
Comedy king of Pakistan, right? He's like, आपको पता है जॉर्ज कार्लिन कौन है? जॉर्ज कार्लिन, do you know who he is?
Yeah, I do.
So George, he was like the George Carlin of Pakistan, right?
That's right, yeah.
Like this tremendous figure. और मेरी तस्वीर है उसके अंदर, मेरे सर में तेल लगा हुआ है और 2 चुटियां बंधी हुई है. Oh my God, I shit you not. When I saw that, I was like, यार कोई तो अच्छे कपड़े पहनाता, कोई तो बाल सही करता, ऐसे क्या मैं मोइन अख्तर के साथ सर में तेल लगा के चुटियां लगा के, you know, अवार्ड एक्सेप्ट कर रही हूँ. मगर मोइन अख्तर is the first, I mean, मेरे लिए मोइन अख्तर was a very big influence, I think, as a, you know, but आपको पता है, you know, as a woman, that's not something you can even imagine, right? यार मैं ऐसे लेवल पे जाके, you know, कॉमेडी करूंगी और या परफॉर्म करूंगी, let alone आप अमेरिका में आके परफॉर्म करो. right? That's a very different, far-fetched idea. But as Naseeb would have it, I've been very fortunate. मेरी एक दोस्त होती थी न्यूयॉर्क में, उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि यार तुम जोक्स मजाहिया बहुत करती हो. मैंने बोला अच्छा. कहती है हाँ तुम्हें ना स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी करनी चाहिए. मैंने कहा मैं कॉमेडी नहीं कर सकती. What are you talking about? She's like no you can do comedy. मैंने कहा नहीं यार ऐसा नहीं चलेगा, मुझसे नहीं हो सकता. मुझसे कहती तुम लिखती हो ना. मैंने कहा हाँ I write all the time. मुझसे कहने की तुम स्टेज पे परफॉर्मिंग का तुम्हारा एक्सपीरियंस है. मैंने बोला हाँ. कहती that's it, that's stand up comedy. हमने कहा अच्छा. और पहली दफा मैं गई थी कॉमेडी करने के लिए तो मेरी अम्मी आई थी मेरे साथ.
Wow, the same typical Pakistani thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's great.
मेरी chaperone बन के आई थी कि यार ये and I remember मेरी अम्मी बैठी हुई है वहाँ पे. बहुत बड़ा कॉमेडी क्लब था न्यूयॉर्क में. और I remember आपको खाली 3 मिनट मिलते हैं. और अगर आप this is the thing about comedy कि अगर आप अच्छा नहीं जा रहा आपका सेट, you right, 3 मिनट लगते हैं 3 घंटा, क्योंकि टाइम ऐसा लगता है कि खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा. उन्होंने बोला यार टाइम को खत्म करो. उन्होंने बोला खाली 30 सेकंड्स हुए क्योंकि आपके जोक्स लैंड नहीं हो रहे. मगर thank God that wasn't the case for me. I went on stage and I was just like rocking, rolling. I was doing really well. And I remember कि कुछ मेरे जोक्स जो थे थोड़े कुछ एजी जोक्स थे, तो मैं लोगों को कह रही थी कि मेरी अम्मी आई हुई है यहाँ पे मेरे साथ बैठी. कह रहे यार तुम्हारी अम्मी यहाँ पे बैठी हैं और तुम ऐसे जोक्स सुना रही हो. बोला भाई लैंग्वेज बैरियर इज अ ब्यूटीफुल थिंग, डोंट वरी. मैंने कहा उनको नहीं समझ आ रहा है, शी डजंट अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग. खाली वो मुझे देख के खाली मुझे तालियां बजा रही थी. शी वाज बीइंग अ मॉम, शी वाज बीइंग सपोर्टिव. मगर एंड प्रीटी मच आफ्टर दैट आई थिंक 2 हफ्ते उसको मैंने ओपन माइक किया था. और ओपन माइक 2 हफ्ते के बाद मुझे उन्होंने मेजर उनकी जो मेन स्टेज है वहां पे उन्होंने मुझे बुक किया था. बुक करना.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. आपने just बताया कि you got an award in your school. तो आपके क्लासरूम जोकर भी रहे हैं या नहीं?
I was a pain in the ass. I was a pain in the butt. मैं आपको बताऊं, मेरी अम्मी मुझे हमेशा कहती थी कि जब तुम्हारे बच्चे होंगे ना तुम्हें पता लगेगा, क्योंकि I was such a pain in the butt growing up. I can't imagine that if I have kids, मेरे बच्चे कितने खतरनाक होंगे. They'll be dangerous because I'm just like oh my god, जितना भी karma ना सब मैंने सारा karma लौट के मेरे ऊपर आएगा वापस कि मैंने अपनी अम्मी को किन चीजों से गुजारा है. I was the kid in school. मेरे 4 बड़े भाई हैं. मेरे भाई कभी भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएंगे, कभी किसी को नहीं. I was the one that always got in trouble. I was the kid in class. जब आप बैठने जा रहे हो वो नहीं होती थी जो डेस्क होती थी जिसपे 4 चेयर्स होती थी, जैसे 4 बच्चे बैठ सकते हैं. मेरी दोस्त एक दिन मेरे बराबर में आके बैठने लगी. मेरे दिमाग में आया कि यार बड़ा मजा आएगा कि अगर मैं चेयर पुल कर लूं उसको गिरती हुई देखूं तो मुझे बड़ा मजा आएगा.
That's great.
It was horrible.
Okay. By the way, how you come up with your material? Is it something कि आप situations को observe करती हो और create your comedy करती हो, or you just create in your head in advance? How it works for you to create comedy?
I'm gonna answer that question. What is that thing in your background that says Kuchi? What is that?
Kuchi, actually, when my son was born, I don't know by what I said that what kind of a Kuchi is this, and that's how it came into his pet name, and I put it down there.
That's his nickname, Kuchi?
Not anymore. If I tell him, he will kill me, or my wife will kill me as well.
I really hope not. Oh my god! Yeah, and he's a boy on top of it. We don't want Kuchi.
That's true.
We all know what Kuchi means.
Yeah, that's how it is. By the way, you have a good, strong observation. You are the first one who observed what is written on the back. So I got your answer actually.
I was like, what does it say? Because you got me at Kuchi, and I was like, I'm not so sure about that. It's a mix of different things. It's observational. It's stuff that I grew up with. I think now more than ever before, मेरी comedy जो ज़्यादा personal हो रही है. I talk a lot more about personal stories, mainly because अगर आप जितने भी अच्छे comedians की बात सुनेंगी ना, जितने अच्छे comedians की आप comedy देखेंगे, उनकी comedy personal होती है, very deeply personal, right? Because comedy is about a very specific personal point of view. तो आप जब तक आप उसको really personal नहीं लगाएंगे, so you can't really kind of get that point of view across, So it means a lot. Did you watch Moin Akhtar a lot growing up?
Yes, definitely. I did a lot. We all grew up watching him, and we're Maqsood. These were the legends. Bushra Ansari.
Bushra Ansari is great.
yeah, these three were the people we all used to watch, in our childhood, and I don't think कि अभी भी Pakistan में no one is there in comparison to them.
Agreed.
There are other kind of comedians. I don't call it comedy. It's very easy to talk, something crap and make people laugh for a while, but it's not a real comedy the way Moin Akhtar, Anwar Maqsood, and these guys used to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a different kind of comedy. Like
That's correct as well.
I mean, Bushra Ansari was not a stand-up. She's not a stand-up comedian. She's a comedic actress. That's a different thing. That's a different. Yeah. I mean, mere liye Moin Akhtar was like the guy. He was talking about stuff where I was like, wow, really smart stuff.
वो तो है. That's true. Moin Akhtar का तो कोई match नहीं है.
Unfortunately, zinda hai, isn't he alive?
जी, Anwar Maqsood is alive and he still do write and do come sometime, but definitely अब आपको पता है people perspective has changed a lot towards comedy, so he's not that much in, but उर्दू अदब के circles में he's very popular. अभी भी वो दुबई में आते हैं, हमारे बज़म उर्दू वगैरह के जो shows हैं उसमें attend करते हैं. He do talk about some things. कई दफ़ा उनकी उर्दू मेरे सर के ऊपर से गुजर जाती है.
क्योंकि इतनी मुखलिस है.
जी, तो वो आते हैं, बिल्कुल ऐसा है. He's alive and
ज़हेब is like मुझे लुगत लगा दिखा के बैठने पड़ेगा यहाँ पे. आपने क्या अल्फाज बोला बताइए, मैं लुगत में इसको देखता हूँ क्या अल्फाज है ये. By the time you translate, you're like it's too late.
That's true. So it gets a bit difficult, but yes, he's still there.
Yeah.
By the way, Mona, when you tell people that I'm a stand-up comedian, what is the first reaction you get?
I don't tell people that.
So what you tell people your profession?
I just tell them, कि मैं कहती हूँ मैं मुर्दों के साथ काम करती हूँ.
That's a nice answer. Muhammad Asif Saab, he's asking, do you know Amanullah? He's one of the comedians. He died recently.
Oh, I've heard of Amanullah, but I don't know him personally or anything like that. I know of him, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, who else makes you laugh? Being a stand-up comedian, who is your ideal? Who makes you laugh?
मैं आपको नाम बोलूंगी मगर मुझे पता नहीं है आपको और आपके ऑडियंस को पता होगा वो कौन है. इस वक्त यहाँ पर एक कमेडियन है यहाँ पे, उनका नाम है सारा कूपर. वो जो है ना डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प की जो जितनी भी वो बोलता है ना, जितने भी इंटरव्यूज होते हैं उसको वो लिप सिंक करती है. It is hysterical. She's so funny. She's really great. Of course, classics. आपके George Carlin हो गए, आपके, my God, Chris Rock is one of my absolute favorite. Amy Schumer मुझे बहुत पसंद है. Wanda Sykes मुझे बहुत. I don't know if you know these people, but they're very big comics in LA.
Okay. I mean, John Collin, definitely I know John, but not the rest of them. By the way, he's also a magician. He's not only a comedian.
Who is?
John Collin.
John Collin? I don't know who that is.
Okay. By the way, तो आपको अपना material practice कैसे करती हैं? जैसे अगर आप सोचती हैं तो is it something which you do at home or it's always extempore? How it works out? Don't see anything at my background, please.
अब तो वही हो गया ना. अब मैं कैसे नहीं देखूं? अगर आप observant हूँ तो मैं क्या करूं अभी? What am I supposed to do? Not look? मुझे आपकी मैं plates देख रही थी background में. कहाँ से? Like they look like Sindhi plates.
नहीं, ये Moroccan है actually.
Moroccan? Okay. They're very nice. I like them. What does it say above Coochie? What does it say? Aman?
Above it is actually Zohan written there, which is the name of my son.
Zohan. Yeah. Is that a cupboard? What is that?
Yeah, it's a cupboard. Yeah.
I see. Sorry, I had to notice it. I could not see it. How do I practice? यार कॉमेडी जो है ना, आप घर में तो नहीं प्रैक्टिस कर सकते मिरर के सामने, because that would be a little weird. Comedy, you have to go and do these things called open mics. आपको पता है क्या होते हैं open mics? जी, तो यहाँ पर open mics होते हैं काफी. न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में तो बहुत ही open mics हैं, बहुत शोज हैं. LA में भी open mics हैं मगर इतने ज्यादा नहीं जितने न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में. मगर न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में मैं जाती हूँ, एक रात में मैं तकरीबन 2 या 3 shows करती हूँ in one night, right?
Wow, that's too much.
Back and forth, yeah, it's a lot. मगर in 1 week I'll probably do about 20 to 25 shows.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just like back and back. मगर जब नया material आता है उसके लिए आपको open mics में जाना पड़ता है क्योंकि you want to workshop the material, right? आपको कुछ funny होगा, कुछ आप आपने जोक लिखा है आपके दिमाग में maybe it's funny but then you do it and it doesn't really land. You know, उसके अंदर आपकी टोनेशन में भी सही नहीं है, आपके maybe words choice it's too wordy maybe it's you know उसका punch line ज़्यादा strong नहीं है. There's so you have to like workshop it, right? It's like जैसे अगर आप जैसे गाड़ी बनाते हैं, right? गाड़ी को आप टेस्ट ड्राइव के लिए लेके जाते हैं, ओके उसका गियर ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं है, गियर थोड़ा एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा, ब्रेक ज्यादा स्ट्रांग नहीं है, ब्रेक थोड़ा सा. इट्स काइंड ऑफ लाइक दैट इन दैट सेंस दैट यू नो आई डोंट नो आपके कितने आप और आपके फैंस कितने गाड़ियों के शौकीन है. मैं बहुत गाड़ियों की शौकीन हूँ. आई एम लाइक अ एडिक्ट, कार एडिक्ट.
यू आर टॉकिंग टू पीपल इन यूएई. यहाँ पे तो कार्स के सारे फैंस हैं. यू नो वी प्ले अ लॉट विद द कार्स.
You know, जब मैं दुबई आई थी, last time I came to Dubai was like about 4 or 5 years ago. मुझे शो हेडलाइन करने के लिए बुलाया था और जितने भी लोग जिनके साथ में हैंग आउट कर रही थी, they had like the most top of the line cars. कोई स्पाइडर कर रहा है, कोई लैम्बोर्गिनी ड्राइव कर रहा है, कोई you know, and they were just like तुम्हें मेरी गाड़ी में राइड करनी है, मुझे तुम्हें मेरी गाड़ी में राइड करनी है. मैंने बोला यार हम तो अमेरिका जाते, हम तो गरीब लोग हैं यार, हम लोग तो मेहनत करते हैं, हम तो like you know हमें कहाँ इतनी महंगी गाड़ियाँ, you know, not yet. But Dubai is आप लोगों का दुबई जो है ना, मुझे लोग यहाँ पे पूछते कहते हैं यार दुबई कैसा है, how is describe Dubai. मैंने कहा Dubai is like Vegas on acid. Do you know what acid is?
Yeah.
It's a hallucinogenic.
That's true.
Everything is so more enhanced and so colorful and so bright. You know, to me that's what Dubai is. यार आपके $100 का वैले देखा मैंने, $100 का वैले. मैंने कहा भाई साहब क्या लगाया भाई आपने $100 का वैले. मैं जब यहाँ पे उनको बताती कहते नहीं यार झूठ बोल रही. मैंने कहा मैं तुम्हें I'll show it to you. It's crazy.
That's how it is.
Yeah, it's quite intense.
By the way, what was your most embarrassing moment on the stage?
Embarrassing moment on the stage?
Yeah, where you get dead or something, like you don't know what to speak and you get a bit, you know. Every performer has one.
I don't think I've ever. I don't think that's the right question. Not embarrassing. You mean I don't know about embarrassing. I don't think I've ever had an embarrassing. I've had tough crowds. Is that what you mean?
Okay. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, you can say that. Worst crowd you ever had, yeah.
Yeah, worst crowd. Embarrassing. Embarrassment, not really.
Okay.
Maybe it takes a little bit much to embarrass me. Magar not embarrassing, but tough crowds. Last year, मुझे पाकिस्तानी मेले में उन्होंने मुझे इनवाइट किया था. 2 या 3 हजार लोग थे वहाँ पे. न्यूयॉर्क में इनवाइट किया कि आप जाके परफॉर्म करें. मैंने बोला अच्छा सही है. मैंने इनिशियली मुझे इनवाइट किया था, उससे पहले मुझे न्यूयॉर्क मुझे बुलाया था एक फैशन शो को एमसी करने के लिए. तो वहां पे वो आई हुई थी आपकी मलिहा लोधी, who's you know, तो मलिहा, yeah, she's wonderful. She ended up becoming a big fan of mine, right? Wow. So I get done with the show and then she pulls me. She's like, you come here right now. And I was like, what did I do? She's like, you are so funny, you are so awesome. She's like, आप मेरे ऑफिस आए, चाय पिए मेरे साथ, बैठ के बात करें. I'm like, done and done, let's do it. So she was really wonderful and very welcoming and very kind. मगर उस शो की वजह से उन्होंने मुझे कुछ लोगों ने वहां पे देखा और मुझे रेकमेंड किया कि आप जाके पाकिस्तानी मेला करें. Now let me tell you something about desi melas in New York. Okay. What is the word I'm looking for? आपको पता है maybe ghetto? Do you know what ghetto is?
Yeah, I do know, but I'm not sure about everyone here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
जैसे I would say I'm sorry, like थोड़े like वो नहीं होते like थोड़े देहाती, थोड़े like maybe very villagey, almost very villagey people maybe in a way.
Yeah, as she meant like pendu sare.
Pendu, exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. Pendu, very Pendu people. Okay.
Yeah.
So I go up and यार 3,000 लोग हैं, right? लोग वहाँ पे कुछ like कुल्फियाँ खा रहे हैं, बिरयानी खा रहे हैं. You know, it's like this big mela, right? तो stand up comedy मेले में आप नहीं कर सकते really, because you have to contain the comedy, you have to contain people's attention. मगर when there's so much distraction, how do you contain people's attention? तो मैंने क्या किया कि इतना बड़ा स्टेज था तो मैं स्टेज से उतर के मैं क्राउड में घुस गई जाके.
Wow.
I just went and I just jumped in the crowd, right? like 2,000-3,000 people, right? एक साइड पे औरतें बैठी हुई हैं और एक साइड पे मर्द बैठे हुए और सामने ज्यादातर लड़के हैं by maybe in their teens and their 20s and no more than that, right? All these young guys. So I jump off stage and they just start cheering me, right? They start going crazy. They're like, yes. And so I start doing this thing called crowd work. Aapko pata hai crowd work kya hota hai?
Yep.
Yeah, right? You just start talking to people. So I just start talking to people. I'm just like, hey man, what's your name? Da-da-da. We start talking. So everybody's like cheering on. I'm telling jokes, having a good time. Next thing you know, जो औरतें बैठी हुई हैं सीधे हाथ पे, कुछ औरतें कहें, boo, बंद करो comedy, heckling me, straight up heckling me. So the guys are just like, चुप करके बैठ के क्या? Why are you like heckling a woman doing comedy, right? If anything, you should be cheering me on, not telling me to shut up. How many Desi or how many Pakistani women are doing what I'm doing? Don't you want to encourage this person? Don't you want to uplift this person? I do. Whenever I come across Pakistanis doing amazing things, I always uplift them, right? Because those are very proud moments. But so I do this thing कि जब लोग मेरे साथ मुझे ऐसे हैकल करना शुरू करें, तो मैंने लोगों को जो मेरे फैंस थे उनकी तरफ मैंने टर्न करके बोला, मैंने कहा आप चाहते हैं कि ये लोग, these people can just shut up? Would you like these people to just shut the hell up? And they were like, yes. And I'm like, great, shut the hell up then. I was like, nobody cares what you have to say. Shut the hell up. And everybody else is like, yes, tell your jokes. It was really a very interesting experience, to say the least. You know, I think आपकी एक पाकिस्तान से सिंगर आई थी, मैं नाम भूल गई यार. उन्होंने ना बिल्कुल फिटेड ना जीन्स का आउटफिट पहना हुआ था. She looked really good. She's in shape. She's a beautiful girl. Dressed very well. पाकिस्तानियों ने बोला, हाय ये कैसे कपड़े पहन के आई हुई हैं, ये तो पाकिस्तानी मेला है, उन्हें चाहिए था कि वो कमीज शलवार पहने. मैं तो कमीज शलवार दुपट्टा पहन के आई हुई थी, उनको चाहिए. And I was just like, यार आप सही कपड़े नहीं पहन सकते, सही कॉमेडी नहीं कर सकते. Like people are just complaining about anything, right? They just can't be happy. Just be happy. You're here having a good time. तुम्हें free में मिल रहा है सारी entertainment. Shut up. Like just shut the hell up. Just enjoy it. You know. I don't know.
That's how it is.
Yeah, it's very strange. It was very strange. But I had a great time क्योंकि मुझे लोगों का मजाक उड़ाने में बड़ा मजा आता है. So I did that.
That's what your job is. अगर आप comedian नहीं होती तो क्या होती?
I don't know. Maybe a lawyer.
Very serious profession.
Very serious, but like a litigation lawyer.
Ah, okay.
You know,
that's
like
good.
arguing your point. I feel like lawyers and comedians have a lot in common. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you make a statement and then you have to justify the statement.
That's true.
Right? Comedians do the same thing. We make a statement. And then we justify the statement. Then we come up with all these different points, but in a more funny, comedic way. I mean, मैंने यहाँ पे कितने lawyers से मिली हूँ, and they are so funny, so funny. You're just like, oh my god, तुम्हारा दिमाग comedians की तरह चलता है, you know?
That's true.
It's very interesting.
So, एक general perception ये भी है कि काफी लोग ये सोचते हैं जो comedians होते हैं, in real life they are loners, they are very silent people, they are just laughing in front of people. How correct is it? Are you really serious in your real life, or this is how you are all the time?
I actually am a loner. I actually spend a lot of time by myself and with my dog. I have a 5-year-old pit bull that I spend a lot of time with. I think, I think for me, I am a loner. I spend a lot of time by myself, just writing and creating. I think also because comedy, especially now, हम जाके perform नहीं कर सकते stage पर. हर चीज़ है Zoom, हर चीज़ है StreamYard. You know, everything is virtual. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of comedians are loners. A lot of comedians have a lot of issues, to say the least. We have issues.
That's true. So, Mona, like, आपको क्या लगता है आपकी जॉब की सबसे वर्स्ट बात क्या है? Being a comedian, what is the thing which you think that अगर इस जॉब में नहीं होनी चाहिए थी, the thing which irritates you at a time? Is it hecklers or is it something else?
Hecklers don't bother me. I don't
Yeah.
mind the hecklers at all.
Mhm.
I think it's some of the nonsense, some of the bullshit that we experience with comedy clubs. क्योंकि comedy
Mhm.
clubs में ना बहुत like nepotism है, right?
Mhm.
खाली गोरे लड़कों को book करना है. That's it.
Ah,
और
really?
किसी के लिए कोई ज्यादा जगह नहीं है, right? मेरे लिए जगह नहीं है और गोरी लड़कियों की भी लिए जगह नहीं है, right? हर चीज वो जो है ना सेम ही लड़कों को बुक करते रहते हैं ओवर एंड ओवर अगेन क्योंकि उनको वो जानते हैं उनकी उनसे दोस्ती यारी है या उनको ज्यादा अपील whatever it is, right? It's just always, and then I think that to me just gets very irritating after a while. You're just like, यार, मैं जा रही हूँ, I perform in all these big crowds like 3,000, 2,000, 500, 800, 60,000. Like that doesn't mean anything. जितने भी गोरे comedians को तुम डाल रहे हो, उन्होंने तो half, not even half as big as crowd as me that they've done, right? But you won't give me the break because I look a certain way, and because I tell, I talk about certain ethnic jokes that you're not comfortable with, which is your problem. It's not the audience that have a problem. It's you, the bookers. I feel like the politics is where really the kind of ugliness comes in sometimes. I think
that works, yeah.
Anything. Yeah, the politics in anything, quite frankly. So I would say that's like the only thing. But I love what I do. I really do. I really wouldn't want to exchange it for the world. I'm very blessed to be able to do the things that I do. If you weren't a computer guy, what would you do?
I might be a singer, but I cannot sing. That's the funny part.
Why a singer? Why?
I don't know. I always dreamt to be a singer. I always thought that I want to be a singer.
What
but trust me,
like a rock star, like a Junoon singer?
That's correct. And interestingly, the moment I try to sing, I think everybody in my home throws me out immediately.
Oh.
So I'm the worst singer in my life, and I admit it.
Maybe वो आपको पैसे दे रहे हो कि यार तू चुप कर ले पैसे ले ले और
Literally, मेरे ख्याल से मैं इस तरीके से कमा सकता हूँ.
हाँ, exactly. आपको पता क्या चले? That's a very good ploy actually. आपको यही करना चाहिए. जाके family में living room में just start singing. They're like, yeah, नहीं यार पैसे. That's a good way of making some money from your family members.
That's true. That's true. और सबसे ज्यादा यूनिवर्सिटी में भी जेलसी होती थी जब हम देखते थे जिस लड़के पास गिटार है और वो लेके ना 3-4 लड़कियां लेके बैठ जाते हैं और हम लोग पीछे रह जाते हैं.
Of course, every time. I was just gonna say it's because of the ladies.
I don't want to say the hidden motives.
Listen, you're a married man. I know you don't want to sleep on the couch.
That's the point, yeah.
You don't want to sleep on the couch. You still want like that, the little coochie action. So you don't want.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Am I making you blush? I'm making you blush.
No, it's not at all. So Mona, by the way, as a actor, as being a stand-up comedian, is it good enough to pay your bills in the end of the day, or you still have to do some other stuff, or you have to get involved into other jobs and stuff?
In the beginning, I was. In the beginning, you don't. आपके पास आपका सेट ज्यादा नहीं अच्छा, आपके पास ज्यादा टाइम ज्यादा आपने डेवलप नहीं किया हुआ. अगर आपको मिनिमम जो आपको कॉलेज में या कॉमेडी क्लास में आपको बुक करते हैं, the minimum you need to have is at least 30 minutes, at least, So मेरे पास in the beginning, yeah, but no, I'm a full-time comic. I make a living as a comic.
That's great. That's great. What do you recommend to the people who want to choose this career?
Don't do it.
Seriously? So you want to be a turnoff for people, as the people did it to you? Are you taking revenge or what?
No, it's not about revenge. I am an example. Here's the thing, Zahid. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is the God honest truth. Okay? If you had a good family, if you came from a happy, stable family, there is no need to do stand-up comedy. Let me repeat myself. If you come from a nice, loving, cool, supportive family, there is no need to do stand-up comedy. Zero, zilch, nada. You can. Probably not going to be that funny, but you can. You can. I'm not saying you can. You do it. But I honestly, yeah. For me, it's I grew up in a very tumultuous household. A lot of chaos, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of ladai, jhagda, mardhar. That's what I grew up with.
Okay. So you should have joined politics instead.
You know, politics कहाँ पे? अमेरिका में, पाकिस्तान में?
कहीं भी. Politics is the same thing.
नहीं यार, politics is, I could never be a politician क्योंकि मैं बहुत मुंह भड़क हूँ. I'm very truthful and I'm very like honest and I'll just say what's on my mind, and as you know, politicians ऐसे नहीं होते.
That's true. By the way, Mona, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know, to get to Coochie.
Nice one. What was your best audience ever?
My best audience? I've had a few. I've had some really incredible crowds that I've done. Best audience, best का तो नहीं पता, but I've done some really fun rooms. I did, यहाँ पे एक बहुत बड़े comedian है, उनका नाम है Pat Oswalt. उन्होंने ना मेरा set देखा online और उन्होंने मुझे कभी मिले भी नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं. He booked me to come and open for him and a major, very big comedy club यहाँ पर. And we did 3 nights. Each night it was 800 people a night, packed.
Wow.
Every night it was like just me and him. I would go up, you know, do a little intro, like just rock and roll, do like 30 minutes, and then just bring him on, and then he would be like crushing him. So, and that was like an incredible crowd. Incredible. मगर ज़्यादातर, you know, मेरे अपने shows हैं जो मैं produce करती हूँ कि besides being a stand-up comic, I also produce. I'm a producer. मेरा एक show है मैं करती हूँ, उसका नाम है Minority Reportz. और Minority Reportz में मेरे different sub brands हैं. तो मेरे like आपकी Desi Girls Night Out है, मेरा Arab Girls Night है, Persian Girls Night Out. I have a gay show that I put on for all like my gay comedian friends. It's really amazing. So last year मैंने किया था Desi Girls Night Out. 300 Desi औरतें descended upon this place. First of all, it was crazy क्योंकि मैं ना women's march से मैं वापस आ रही थी MC करने के बाद. और जब मेरे टिकट सेल्स आने लगे, मैंने कहा यार ये क्या कुछ गलती हो गई है, ये कहाँ से आ रही हैं इतने सारे टिकट सेल्स, like what's happening? क्योंकि originally I was only expecting a crowd of 80 people and I was like 80 हो जाएंगे, I'm happy. 80 से क्या 300 people showed up for this, packed. I mean, मैंने कभी आंटियों को ना चेयर्स पे ऐसे लड़ते हुए नहीं देखा कभी. They were fighting there. I had aunties walking up to me. They're like, she took my chair, and I'm like, auntie, please, मैं यहाँ पर शो चलाने की कर रही हूँ, मुझे माफ कीजिए. I don't have time कि आप लड़ रही हैं chairs के ऊपर. आप जिसको chairs जो first come first serve है, right?
That's how it should be.
It was an incredible show. I mean, just an incredible show. और LA Times आए थे, which is a massive publication in you know, in the US. वो आए थे मुझे देखने के लिए, उन्होंने मुझे इतना बड़ा आर्टिकल लिख के दिया था मेरे शो पर as to what I'm doing. Then I did Persian Girls, then I did Arab Girls Night Out, also sold out. I did Arab and Armenian Girls Night Out, that was sold out. I did Persian Girls Night Out first time, that did really good, and the second time I did it, that was pretty much sold out. I did it at UCLA, which is a massive university here. और मैंने यहाँ पे किया था, पूरा red carpet event किया था, इतने सारे celebrities आए थे. I mean, it was a really big to-do event, and I put together the whole thing. I produced the whole thing.
That's great. That's great. By the way, is there any subject or topic you don't want to joke about or you avoid joking about in your career, or is you're open to all kinds of jokes?
यार, आपको पता है.
ठीक है, मैं सेंसर करता हूँ.
आपको पता है कि अगर आप मजहब के बारे में थोड़ा सा भी, especially अगर आप you know, इस्लाम के बारे में, या there's not even इस्लाम के बारे में, even मुस्लिमों के बारे में आपको थोड़ा भी जोक करेंगे, people lose their minds. They're like, no, I don't want to hear any credit. तुम जाके Christians का मजाक उड़ा दो, यहूदियों का मजाक उड़ा दो, मुसलमानों का मजाक मत उड़ाओ, right? Okay. And I think that's the part that Muslims need to evolve into. Muslims around the world, we really need to kind of grow into that. Like seriously, it's not that serious.
Okay, and what's your favorite joke before ending our session today?
What's my favorite joke?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have so many. Jokes from whom? From where?
Anyone, like anything which you love to say that this is your favorite one, or this is like your favorite bit which you always say or something?
Like my personal bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a personal bit, but it's very long, so there's just
Okay. No.
no
Then
way
in that case, well, so you want to give any message to the community of Pakistanis living in Al before we sign off? Actually, we have people from all around United Arab Emirates, but our community group is more about the people who are living in Al. It's this close knitted community of like a few thousand people based in Al. So you have any message for them?
Any message for them? Stay safe, wear your masks, wash your hands, laugh more, support stand-up comedy, and don't take life so seriously.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Mona. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate your, you're being very kind to accept my invitation. I really thank you for that. And thanks a lot, all members. Stay safe, as Mona said. Wear your mask and follow all the social distancing rules being placed by the government in United Arab Emirates. Our government is really nice that they have done a lot to help us. They have evolved a lot of, they have evolved a lot of things for us to protect us from this disease. I don't know, Mona, if you are not aware or not. United Arab Emirates is the only country where more than 60% population has been tested for corona, and the government is doing a massive job in this. Literally, we have free corona tests. Most of the population is getting tested, and they are doing everything to protect the citizens. So
I love that.
This is really kind of them. And so stay safe. Take care. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye.